This video is an update to our seasons video covering sun movement across the Mercator map. For more detailed information on this, you should watch our previous update. This one is to include the Antarctic 24-hour sun, which I predicted a few years ago. The globers doing the final experiment are going to be very disappointed, as it actually debunks the globe, and I will explain how as we go through this video. The pizza maps also fail. These two models are a false dichotomy being played out in this arena. The grid you see in the background is from the Nazca lines, which I decoded several years ago to be blueprints to this construct. The gates or portals are where the sun starts its monthly movement. I also decoded them to represent the actual zodiac. Each gate is assigned a sign of the zodiac, represented on this grid as the 12 gates you see in the east. I synced the sun movement to this grid, and lo and behold, it actually makes sense in how the daylight hours increase and decrease over the course of 1 year. I have only shown it crossing once per month rather than 30 times per month to save time. In between each crossing, the sun incrementally moves either northward or southward towards the next gate. Over the course of 1 year, this can give us a 30-day month or a 360-day year calendar. The object returning west to east are what we call flyback killers. This decode is from Jimbo after I animated the sun's movement for this map, and he stated it matches the design of a sweepback transformer and flyback killer. In other words, a mechanism that sweeps luminaries west, shuts down or suppresses their light as they return back east. This is why I've included those lights in the sky they claim are the ISS. In APM research, they are flyback killers returning the luminary mechanism back east to its next start position. In mythology, this is Medusa cutting off the head, which just means shutting down or suppressing the light of that particular luminary. We do have two theories of how the sun works. This one is for the luminaries returning east via way of flyback killer. After all, they all need accounted for, and we are ruling out which return east illuminated and which don't. New information on the second way will follow shortly. It also will have some more updates from Chris F.E. Jackson at some point too. In this animation you can see which gates are active by the green circle each month. You will also see I attached the sun to the sun halo, which is of course a part of the mechanism moving the sun. This technology we say is the creator's technology, and has been here since nature's inception. Everything we decode relates to this technology and how it works. You will find particle accelerators also have this same configuration. You will also find in our work our ancestors everywhere also knew this up until around 2000 years ago when the Roman invasion took place. I also decoded rainbows to be the signature of this technology. To go deeper into that, do look into our Operation Rainbow Warrior program, where you can join in and help us map them. The equinoxes also cause a problem for the globe, as you can now see why they are adding or subtracting daylight hours. It is to compensate for the sun's now longer or shorter paths across the map. A globe would have to speed up or slow down to achieve this, which of course they cannot do, so try to hide it using daylight saving hours. It is to hide the difference in time it takes for the sun to cross, which becomes noticeable as it switches between front and rear gates. The word gate should be thought of in electrical terms. This is part of a circuit. What you will also notice is how the 6 gates either side of the equator give the north and south equal yet opposite seasons. This can only be by perfect symmetrical design. Now we are in December's gate, the solstice. Watch how the sun doubles back on itself once it reaches the west. For this to work on a globe, the globe would have to reverse direction. The observers at Union Glacier now see the sun going back east and passing South America, then South Africa, then Australia, and then New Zealand. This completely breaks the globe, as is it not supposed to be circling around the globe, and the first country to see it should be New Zealand, not South America? It is returning east in the wrong order for a globe. The same can also be proven in the north. If you were in Greenland, during the day the sun would be south of you, and by night north of you, returning east. Again, the globe would have to reverse direction to achieve this. As animated here, it works flawlessly on the Mercator map. The north and south are symmetrically perfect by the design of this grid and gate system. The longest days are actually the equinoxes, and the shortest days are the solstices. This is determined by the sun air time and distance travelled from gate to gate. A lot of people report the sun or moon appearing to speed up or slow down. This is due to the configuration of these gates affecting their timing between front and rear gates, which of course will change the distance to travel time. March and September, the equinoxes, are the two rear gates the farthest apart on the grid, giving the sun the longest crossing time. You will notice the sun will appear to cross faster at the solstices, as the gates are the closest in this design. You will have heard us mention World War II was all about taking control of the perimeters, the North and South treaties and East and West international datelines. Several years ago, I discovered flights were not crossing the international datelines. The data is being flipped to appear to be. Other research of ours has also exposed fakery at the international datelines. The Mercator map has been cut to fit a globe at the international datelines, which hides East and West. They control air and shipping, and are actually just crossing the map, never crossing the international datelines. The globe and pizza maps are designed to hide East and West. The North and South treaties take care of the rest. To debunk this, you will require GPS proof that you crossed the Pacific, which of course is impossible on a stationary level plane. You cannot travel east to go west and vice versa, and that landmass west of Alaska we have proven is not Russia. So who is involved? Any nation that has a space agency or attachments to, any with nuclear technology or ambitions, and alleging to build technology they're calling particle accelerators, as our research is proving they are already here, and they are in fact the Creator's glory, which comes under many names including angels. They were personified to help explain how they work. This is how easy it was to hide and steal them, which is taking place right now under our noses everywhere.